Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. This is Saira Wasif from Moonlight International Publishers. I hope my all dear students are fine and enjoying our videos. Well, grade 3 students, kindly open your English textbook developed by Moonlight Publishers. Unit number 5, Means of Transport. In this chapter, we are going to talk about different means of transport. Before starting our reading and critical competency, I just want all of you to look on page number 40. In this page, there are many pictures representing the means of transport. Transport means to move from one place to another. And means of transport means the things or the ways we move from one place to another. You can see many means of transport in this page. There is horse cart, camel cart, a donkey, bullock cart, bus and the parachute. These all are the means by which we can transport the things and we can move from one place to another. Now it's time to discuss your favorite means of transport. For me, if I will talk about my favorite means of transport, so I will say it is a car. Now you tell me, what is your favorite mode of transport? Or tell me, how do you travel to school? And which is the cheapest mode of transport? Do you have any idea? Let's read and explore about the cheapest, fastest, slowest and the expensive mode of transportation. Let's start our reading session. Means of transport. In the past, traveling long distance was a very difficult thing to do. In all days, bullock carts, horse carts, camels and boats were the only means of transport. Donkeys and mules were also used for carrying goods. These means are still used in the villages and in small towns for traveling and transporting goods from one place to another. Nowadays, we have mainly 3 means of transport: land transport, air transport, water transport and land transport. Let's reread this paragraph critically. In the past, it means the people who live in the past. Traveling long distance was a very difficult thing to do. Means it was a very difficult task to move from one place to another. In old days, meaning in the past days, bullock carts means a young bull, and carts are the things on which we load the things. Horse carts, camels and boats were the only means of transport. It means that in the old days or in the past days, people only use bullock carts, horse carts and camels or boats to move from one place to another. Donkeys and mules were also used for carrying goods. Carrying means to take something from one place to another. These means or ways are still used in villages and in small towns for traveling and transporting goods from one place to another. Land transport, air transport and water transport. Let's continue our reading session. Land transport. The means of transport that use land means dry earth are included in the land transport. There are 2 means of or the ways of land transport. Number 1, road transport and rail transport. Let's talk about what is road transport. Roads connect different villages, towns and cities. Connect means join. The most important road vehicles are cars, buses, vans, trucks, motorcycles and bicycles. Rail transport. Rail transport includes means contains. Trains means both passengers and goods trains. Rail transport carries more people or goods as compared to road transport. Yes students, you can see that if we travel by a car, only 4 or 5 people can sit on that. But if we travel on a rail, we can see that there are many people who can sit and reach to the destination. Air transport. Air transport includes means contains all means of transport that travel through the air, such as airplanes, helicopters. It is the fastest means of transport, but it is rather expensive. Expensive means costly. Water transport. Water transport includes, means contains boats, ships, submarines, yachts, etc. This means of transport carries passengers and heavy goods from one place to another. Goods means things. It is slow as compared to land and air transport. It means water transport is very slow. That's why people like to choose air transport when they have to travel for a long distance. Yes, students, we have done with our reading and critical thinking competency. But we have one more task, and that is answer the questions being asked in the exercise. Let's start. Which is the oldest means of transport? Recall the text and give the answer. Obviously, we all know that road transport is the oldest means of transport. Question number 2. Which is the most expensive means of transport? And yes, obviously, air transport is the most expensive means of transport. What do the people use to travel by water? And yes, students, people use ships, boats, submarines and yachts to travel by water. Now it's time to move towards our second question, and that is encircle the correct option. Bullock carts, horse carts, camels and boats were the dash means of transport. Your options are latest, oldest and ancient. And yes, students, the answer is oldest. Let's move to our next MCQs. Road and rail are the types of number 1, land transport, air transport or water transport. And obviously the answer is A, land transport. Heavy load is carried through dash, land transport, air transport and water transport. And yes, we all know that water transport is used for carrying heavy loads. Dash transport is slow as compared to the other two, land, water and air. And the answer is water transport. Dash connects different villages, cities and towns. And the options are roads, boats and cables. And obviously the answer is roads. Our next topic is trigraph. In our last chapter, we have talked about digraph. And you all know that digraph is actually the group of two words that produce a single sound. Like IGH, sigh, it gives I sound. Like GHT, light, bright, slight. In the same way, our last trigraph is TCH, catch, match and batch. I hope you have understood about the trigraph. And now it's time to show your understanding. You have been given many words in your book. You are going to find out the words in which trigraphs are used. Let's explore. The first word is high. In it, IGH is the trigraph. Underline this word, catch. TCH, draw, no, there is no trigraph. Edge, no. Heard, no, just skip this word. Move to the next word, stretch. TCH is the trigraph, so underline this word. Fear, no. Squeeze, there is nothing. Scream, not at all. Fear, no. Flight, GHT, that is the trigraph. Prick, no. Search, no way. And throat, no. Yes, students, I hope that you have understood about trigraph as well. We have done our reading and critical thinking competency. After that, we have done one more task, that is about the trigraph. Our today's lecture is over. I will meet you in my next video and we'll be continuing this topic because our some competencies of this unit are still left. Till then, take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.